I believe it was when the last great ice age was receding, but I was your age in high school. It was St. Lawrence O'Toole, southwest side of Chicago, an all-guys school, and the Irish Christian brothers who taught there really believed in what I would call education by terror. They're great teachers, good guys, lots of fun, but they really believed in pop quizzes. It always seemed to me to be a day like today. You're kind of cold and clammy, you'd rather be home in bed, maybe hadn't kept up with the reading, and brother would come in and say, "Gentlemen, I want to see how you're doing." And then ask you, usually they were brief, 6 questions of which you did not know the answers. You weren't ready. A lot of things happen like that in life. We all live in central Illinois. We can be driving along a country road, minding our own business, and that mean Bambi's mother jumps right out of the fields right in front of your car. You don't expect it, but it happens. There's a lot of good things, though, that happen like that. In school, you might meet somebody you would never expect would be your friend. Maybe by accident, you just end up next to them someplace. And much to your amazement, you like them, and they like you. And as a surprise, you suddenly have a new friendship in your life. I would say a lot of things in my life that have turned out wonderful were surprises. When I was growing up, I never thought I'd ever like Chinese food. Now, I like to eat the 4 major divisions, the 18 minor divisions of that cuisine any chance I get. If I had never tried it, I'd probably be lighter than I am today, but miss out on a lot of good food. I'll just use one more example like that. When I was in the seminary, we all had to, besides going to studies, we had to have practical apostolates, ministries outside. And a chance opened up to be a chaplain intern at the Michigan State Prison, maximum security. I thought, I could teach religious ed at some little parish school, or I might try it. A couple of friends and I, we did try it, and it really grabbed my heart. Even now, I try to visit prisons at least twice a year. Those people not always have made the right choices in life, but they're human beings. And the Lord said, I was in prison and you visited me. So it helps my prayer life when I'm praying to know I'm praying for those folks, sometimes in prison for life, in a horrible situation. Jesus in today's gospel tells us to be ready, and even ready for surprises. He said, be like those servants when the master has gone away to a wedding banquet. And wedding banquets in the ancient world could go on for days and days and days. It was kind of a time for conspicuous consumption. So the servants left at home might think the boss is going to be back for a while. We can let the farm go downhill. We can let the house get dirty. But instead, they were wise servants. And they were ready for that unexpected moment when the master reappeared. They greeted him, welcomed him back into his house, and he was proud of them. But then comes kind of the amazing punchline. When you're hearing the parables of Jesus, always look for the thing that's kind of the surprise, the twist in the tale, the thing that doesn't fit in. And it's there that we can hear the good news. In the ancient world, masters never waited on their servants. Masters never even waited on the other members of their family. If you were the head honcho in an ancient house, you were the one who came home. They took off your sandals, washed your feet, put you on a big couch, started the wine flowing, brought the food, and waited on you. Even the best father would not have waited on his children. Certainly, even the kindliest master would never have waited, served his slaves. But in the parable, Jesus says, that's what our God will do for us if we are attentive to those moments when surprisingly he breaks into our hearts and our lives. You folks represent a lot of the leadership of our 7 Catholic high schools. You are already on that path of seeing a need and stepping in to help. You've already probably seen moments you didn't expect where you could make a difference. It is all our hope, your parents, your teachers, your priests, your bishop, that you keep in that habit of letting God surprise you with opportunities to grow, opportunities to see the world wider, more interesting than you probably ever imagined, and to step in where you can be of help. Well, the great good news is our God responds to that the way Jesus says in today's gospel. What is it that we do at Mass? Is it not the Lord who teaches us in the Scriptures, takes the time to share with us what is true, and then amazingly, at this table, he serves us. He serves us with his body and blood. He serves us with his life. He shares with us the communion and love he knows is a part of the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit. He gifts us with the gift of himself. So let us notice what we do together. Let us never neglect the opportunity for the Lord to serve us in Mass. And let us all our lives long be ready for God surprisingly to break into our lives.